Survival life. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo key. Come in on the late show. Sing it on TNN. Hope you're feeling bright. Cause we got the vibes so grand. Get cozy on the wine. With news that you be man. Tea with pizza spot. The best in podcast land. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo key. Come in on the late show. Sing it on TNN. Hope you're feeling bright. Cause we got the vibes so grand. Get cozy on the wine. With news that you be man. Tea with pizza spot. The best in podcast land. Welcome back, listen us to a cozy nook. Where the beats go like pages in a favorite book. Settling, feel the rhythm in every book. Tonight's the night, let's dance and cook. You have a great time, make yourself at home. In this rhythmic zone, where the melodies from. See with pizza links are where the music keeps you warm. Join the jam, find your peace in the storm. Welcome to the groove, it's tea with me tonight. Feel the reggae flow, let it make the world right. Come and find your comfort, you need to start the strike. With every track we spin, you take you to new heights. It's a place to chill, with rhythm that enchants. Join us the moment, let's give you all the chance. From up the sweet serenades, let the music dance. Hope you pay my real time, I swear all in that chance. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo key. Come in on the late show. Sing it on TNN. Hope you're feeling bright. Cause we got the vibes so grand. Get cozy on the wine. With news that you be man. Tea with pizza spot. The best in podcast land. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo key. Come in on the late show. Sing it on TNN. Hope you're feeling bright. Cause we got the vibes so grand. Get cozy on the wine. With news that you be man. Tea with pizza spot. The best in podcast land. Late night host, it's time to unwind. Think favorite tracks, leave your stress behind. Welcome to the show, this song is just for you. Tea with peas, your proof, where dreams is getting you. Come in on the late show, sing it on TNN. Hope you're feeling bright, cause we got the vibe so grand. Get cozy on the wine, with news that you demand. Tea with peas, the spot, leave your sweet podcast land.
Diamonds so pearls, and I'm gonna take you traveling the world. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how are you this evening? Happy Thursday, guys. Hope you guys are all well, warm, kicking it fly today, baby, because guess what? It's Thursday, and that means it's time for a little tea with P, baby, where the tea is beer and the P is me. And we are here to talk about all things nudes, culture, science, health, you name it. Nothing's off the table, baby. Appreciate you guys tuning in, man, and I hope you guys have had a kick-ass week this week. And let me tell you, we've got some great stories in store for you today. The main story, the New York Times seems to have pivoted on its stance towards cannabis, and Is it because of the recent data or research? Maybe public perception or input? Or is this a Trojan horse? Is this to cause backlash? We're going to dive into that and so much more. But before I do, I just want to say hello to everybody over here, man. Look at everybody in the chat, dude. The flock is flying tight, dude. Flock is flying tight, dude. Look at all the green in the chat. Yo, East Coast, baby. East Coast is in the house. The mechanic fool is in the house. T is in the house. Good to see you guys, man. T is in the house, man. Good to see you. Idiom is here as well with the shield. I like that. Coming in strong. John Lindsay, first one here as always. Good to see you, handsome. On a roll, brother. Good to see you, friend. How you been? How you been? Good to see you, man. Good to see everybody, man. Trent, good to see you, friend. Good to see Nate. Nate Dean pulling up as well. Nate Dean, good to see you. TJ Rez, good to see you. Coltonate. Coltonate. Good to see you, friend. Welcome in. Brady Egg is here. Brady, good to see you, friend. Making it back for another one. Dr. Rapotnik, long time, brother. Great to see you as always, friend. Blazing A is in the house. Blazing A, good to see you, friend. Good to see you, friend. Welcome in. Shout out to you and the missus, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Did you see Nick Bongard, Brady Egg? I don't know who that is. But look at my hat. What do you guys think about my hat? Huh? Guess who else is here? Mrs. P's here. Mrs. P, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah? You doing good?
I'm doing good.
Fantastic?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's been nice and warm outside recently, huh?
Oh my God, it's been gorgeous.
There is spring in the air, and boy, oh boy, it's the home stretch of wintertime, man. Home stretch of wintertime. Anybody who's in North America knows what I'm talking about, mainly North America. The top 3/4 of North America. It's snow is melting. The sun's staying out for a little bit longer, and let me tell you, the joy is in the air. People smile a little bit longer. There's a little bit of a hop in everybody's step because, damn, it feels good when you start to see the green bussing through the white, dude. Man, it feels good. But, man, it's great to see you guys, and I thank you guys for pulling up to another epi, man. Another episode. Episode 80, what is it? 87. 87. Episode 87 is pretty fresh, man.
Closing in on 100.
Closing in on the hundreds. This is only second spring. Yeah, you're right. Loving the snow melting. Me too, Snippa. Good to see you, man.
I do, except it's creating a lot of ice everywhere, which is problematic for people like me.
Mrs. P took a little tumble. She suffered the fall, we call it. It was early. Was it early or was it late? It was early.
We were going to get on the bus for hockey. It was like 6:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no time to be in pain after I fell.
Yep. Yeah, she folded.
I was thankful that we have a Ring camera, though, for the doorbell, because we got to watch it over and over again after
in high definition.
Laugh at it.
In high definition. Yeah. But she was all right.
She
was all right.
Oh, I'm fine.
She made it. She made it through, and I am forever thankful.
Ego was a little bruised, but that's it.
Little bruised. Yeah, ego. That's it. Yo, shout out to Team Canada, baby. Shout out to Team Canada, man. Let me pull up what's on there. I got the run. There you go. Shout out to Team Canada, man. Look at y'all. We took home the win, 5-0 over Czechia today, and fantastic performance. And I can't wait until we get to take on Team USA. This is me mopping the floor. Okay, this is me mopping the floor here. Huh? Any hockey fans in the chat? Any hockey fans? Anybody cheering for their team? Czechia and Canada played today. It was a great game. Man, it feels good. Team Canada, go Canada, go. Right before I take this documentary style, family friendly, non-glamorizing rip, you guys would not believe what I saw today. Mrs. P and I were driving down the road, and we saw a dinosaur. Rawr. Check this out. I took a picture. Look at this. Fossilized. A fossilized dinosaur. A T. Rexicus dabarelius prime. Look at that. Fossilized, still in its original encasement.
I like the texture in the background even.
Oof. Can you zoom in on that? Like,
I can't on here.
can you press control and wheel or no on that one?
No.
No? Oh, tell me that's not beautiful. Everyone else on their phones can zoom right in on there.
Oh, I could just zoom in the screen.
Nah, don't worry about it. It'll take too much effort.
Oof. It is gorgeous.
It is beautiful. That is, if you don't actually know, you're actually looking, this is a picture of the galaxy. Okay, you're looking at many, many stars. Many, many stars here. What was the one before that one? The couple before it? Oh, yep.
Backed out.
Rolling her out. Okay. And then there it is.
The fossil
They extracted the fossil itself. And they're about to put it into a heat process where it will solidify the fossil for eternity. Shout out to the Curator Co., man. Curator Co. They're always doing the wildest things with their dabs over there, man. And, man, I love that shit, dude. I love that shit. Shout out to them, man. They hadn't posted in a while, and I got a little bit worried that I wasn't going to see anything from them. But thankfully, they posted. And it's a Dabosaurus. Yes, Michael, so much more wittier than I am. Michael, well played there, friend. Well played. Why do I find this believable? Because this is YouTube, where everything is AI. Okay, nothing is factual. It's all made up. Okay, it's a figment of your imagination.
I feel like that's the internet in general these days.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think
It's hard to know.
Yeah,
It's hard to know.
it is very tough to know. Actually, you wouldn't believe this. I put together. I found an AI video of a POV of paradise, the ultimate AI studio. Check this out. What? It's all AI? Wow. None of this is real. That little pile of grass on there, that's fake for sure. The vase experiment, it's almost like a trapeze, if you will. Also not real. Although this looks very similar to where I'm sitting, definitely not real. This is the fakest part of the video right here, friends. Right here, this is celery. AI celery, and celery is, and this is also celery. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm simply breaking down for documentary reasons and education purposes the perfect AI studio. What do you think? What do you think? Could you spend a little bit of time here, friends? Could you spend a little bit of time there? Meta glasses? Nah, I strapped a GoPro to my head. Good to see you, Brina. Sweet bong rip, too. Yeah, it wasn't a bong rip. No, that would not be family friendly. Okay? that was not what you saw, Idiom. Jeez. Come on. Get your eyes checked there, bud. Come on. You can tell by the spelling. Total AI. Yeah. El Canna Contact. Good to see you, friend. You're absolutely right. I could live in the tent. Basil leaves for Italian food. Yeah. If it don't bleed milk, send it back.
Oh my God, you and that channel.
I fucking love that guy. How you doing? It's time to make a sandwich. Huh? Anybody know who I'm talking about? All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is it that you are toking on this evening in this family-friendly documentary style, non-glamorized fashion? I'm curious to know. I have some, Mrs. P.
Oh, shit.
No.
No. Hang on.
I forgot.
Skywalker OG.
Skywalker OG. I'm smoking. I knew that the whole time. Skywalker OG. What y'all toking on? I'm sold as long as it's free. Yeah, doctor. Or Drake Richards. Very well. John the Grower, good to see you. Good to see you, friend. Cheers, dudes. Nope. I didn't say cheers. No, because that would almost almost signify as if this was celebratory in nature. And that is exactly what this is not. Okay? I'm not doing this for you. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the kids.
To take it off the streets.
I'm getting this shit off the streets, yo. Go Canada, go. Holy Toledo, good to see you, friend. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Just some housekeeping items to take care of before we get too crazy. Huge shout out to all you guys for pulling up. I really appreciate you guys. It means the world to me. I would tell you to hit me up and follow over on Discord, but I cannot because my Discord does not exist. And my appeal was officially declined. So I at this very moment, until at least next week sometime, I have no Discord. So it's gone. Mine's not the only one. There's been a number of Discords that have been deleted lately. A lot of them have no coughing. Sorry about that, Brady. Some of them have to do with breeders. Some of them are bean distributors. Others are growers, creators, whatever you want, but it does seem as if there's this push or this cleaning of house that is happening over there, and it doesn't look good. But we shall see if I get mine back.
I actually saw a post the other day about Discord requiring you to show ID.
It's funny. Somebody actually brought that up in the chat on Twitch.
Yeah, yeah, for certain content. And people are absolutely disgusted by it. And
why does the internet need my identification?
Right?
I don't want to give my identification to the internet.
Like it's not out there enough.
Right. I don't want that. I don't want that. And I don't think I should have to do that. But yeah, no Discord. It's unfortunate. But as soon as I do have mine back, I will certainly give you guys the heads up so that we can pump that back up again. But in the meantime, if you do want to get a hold of me, you can hit me up over on Twitch. I'm live there every single day except for today because I'm here. But I'll be there live tomorrow as well. And or you can hit me up over on X, Twitter. I'm over there quite a bit of time, but yeah, it's like the smallest platform I have, so it's pretty easy to get a hold of me. And if you want to see what I got growing on, go hit me up on Instagram, man. Instagram at Pigeons420 at Pigeons420 Erware, okay? Because man, that's who I is. But come and check me out. Enjoy the conversation, and we're gonna be diving into a bunch of stories today, and I'm gonna be wielding my opinion around quite strongly. And if you disagree or you want to add to the conversation in any way, hit me up on X because that's where I get a lot of this information. Whether you like it or not, it does work as a town square where a lot of information gets passed on. So I try to use it and run with it. Now, look at this. LJ Jones, baby. My guy with the 5 gifted memberships, man. I can't thank you enough for that, brother. You've been throwing memberships around here like it's going out of style.
Like the 3rd week in a row.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for blessing everybody with green, man. I appreciate that. All the support to go from the memberships, everything that happens here, I can assure you, every dime goes right back into the channel, guys. Everything goes right back into this operation. So thank you for supporting, and thank you. And if you would like to help support the show and you're not quite sure how you can do that, there's a link to my Patreon. My Patreon is at Pigeons420. I probably should I have a tipping thing so it could just go straight to PayPal so we don't have to have anyone take anything off the top. But for the time being, through memberships, through PayPal, through donations on Twitch, and subs, man, you guys help make this operation run. So thank you guys. We're dream driven and crowd-funded around here. So I appreciate you guys for supporting the mission, man. And everything goes into trying to spread as much and as loud awareness of cannabis to as many people as possible so that we can try to share and try to just allow others, or not even allow others, but just make it so people can see that there's a world outside of pharmaceuticals and there could be a world past pain and depression and anxiety the cannabis might just bring for you. But that's my mission, and I appreciate you for supporting it, man. Thank you. This just in, actually, we've got a picture. You've got that picture, Mrs. P?
I do have the picture.
A picture of Mrs. P in studio right now.
Oh.
There it is. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mrs. P working on the ones and twos with a kitty cat. No.
Very fluffy kitty cat.
What is this? This is a photo of a young lady circa 1910
Yep.
growing cannabis. I mean, growing lemons. I'm not sure if you can point at it, Mrs. P, but there's the plant right there. There's a little plant in between her and the plant itself. Yeah, and she's got it trained and lollipopped like it looks great. This is 1910. This young lady is growing her own product. And she looks like, yeah, so. She's like, what else is new? I also do the laundry for 17, cook for 17, and, yeah, I make do. And growing weed is just my habit and the pastime. This is a picture from 1910 of a lady growing weed. I wanted to share that with you because I just thought it was a beautiful photo. This lady just looks so proper, so well put. There's the plant. Her cat's right there. We know we don't want to smoke a whole lot of cat hair, but come on, life happens. We're all farmers here, and it's just it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to see that just before Prohibition, this wasn't a problem. This is what many households, many homes could have looked like. And I just, I imagine that world. I try to think of that world pre-1930 of just what it was like to grow weed. And you could say, well, it was shit weed, but it was weed. It was weed. People's endocannabinoid systems were, I think being utilized almost, I wouldn't, maybe not to the fullest, but certainly utilized to the max at that time because we knew something was right. But isn't that something? Somebody's great grandma right there. Yeah. Yep. Beautiful photo. I wish I knew more about the photo, to be honest.
Yeah, it just says it's in Paris.
Paris.
In 1910.
Paris. Yeah. Our prohibitionists would say, what are you talking about? Weed didn't grow back then. Weed's bad. But yes. So I just wanted to share that with you. I thought that was a cool little story.
Okay, someone asked AI to colorize it.
Oh, get out. Oh.
These are the things I love AI for.
Oh, zoom in a little bit.
I-
That's magnificent. Oh, you can't.
I can if I do it this
That's cool.
way.
Look at you hacking the system.
Oh.
This is producer Mrs. P. That's really cool. That's a beautiful photo. It's incredible. One thing that I think is really amazing is how incredible camera footage was from back in the day. Because look at that. That's from 1910. We didn't even have iPhones that could take pictures like that when they dropped. Like, do you guys remember getting a picture from a BlackBerry?
I was just going to say, what about BlackBerry pictures?
Stop. Yeah, stop. You guys remember.
Yep.
And it was like all pixelated. And it's just like, I guess that's the difference between digital cameras, because all of those were digital, right?
Yeah.
Versus, what would that be? It's not analog, is it?
Oh, no, it would
It's
have
got a
been
name.
like what are they called?
Dark room, red light.
My grandpa had one.
What's that kind of idiom? What's that photography
It
called?
uses like not gunpowder, but like, yeah, maybe it is gunpowder.
Is it?
I don't know. Let's Google.
Did Americans, did you shoot your photos? I'm curious. I'm actually curious. I'm kind of waiting for the chat to catch up to see if anybody knows what it's called. Stock photo? I don't know. I'm not certain.
Cameras were often constructed of wood with nickel-plated parts and utilized what?
Oh, someone just says it's all carbon.
And utilized roll film, which became more common than glass plates.
Okay. So we'll never know. That's no problem. It's not anything it was imperative for me to know. I just I wanted to cover. I just thought it was really cool. Plates. It's plates. Plate. Plant. Plate. Black room plates. Yep. Okay. Black room plate. Yep. Okay.
Very cool.
So there's... Should I do the two smaller stories first, Mrs. P, or should I just jump into the main story?
We have everything in a very particular
You're
order.
right.
Don't mess with me.
For those that don't know, the New York Times came out with an article that backpedals and pivots its current stance on cannabis, and I think that this is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And you've probably heard of the article, and we're going to be diving into that right after I bring you this important news update. Get your Stash blend now. Stash nutrients now available. Sorry, I own a company. I own a nutrient company now, and it's pretty fucking awesome. I've got Stash nutrients banging in the garden right now. And if you guys are looking for a great alternative, a great dry amendment for your garden, go and check out stashnutrients.com, and you will not be disappointed, guys. You will not be disappointed. It's an incredible concoction, and man, I'm thankful to be able to dabble my foot in the organic amendments. However, that's not what I was going to say. What I did want to say is, anybody in the chat right now from Tucson, Arizona? Anybody from Tucson, Arizona? The reason I'm asking is because one of you... No, I'm just kidding. Tucson, Arizona, February 28th. There is a class, grow class being presented by Mike Chang from Growers House, an incredibly brilliant guy. He's going to be diving into organics. He's going to be diving into amendments. And in fact, he's going to be talking about Stash nutrients. He's going to be at the Eco Grow store. I hope I said that right. Eco Grow. Is that right, Mrs. B? I'm going to confirm. Eco Grow store.
It's on my phone, and you have my phone, so let me just pull up my email real quick.
I'm pretty certain that's the name of the store. Eco Grow.
I think that's right.
It's a grow store in Tucson, and if you just so happen to stop by, you can get Stash nutrients for 30% off. It's our way to say thank you, A, for choosing Stash nutrients, but B, for supporting us, Growers House, and going to check out Mike Chang and his conversation over there. So I'm kind of jealous I'm not going to be there, and I do know that we have an Arizona audience. So if you're close to Tucson and you have that opportunity to check it out, go and at the very least gather 30% off your Stash nutrients, but go get an incredible conversation from Mike. You won't be disappointed. So that's Eco Grow in Tucson, Arizona on February 28th. Okay. I don't have an exact time, but when I get one, I'll let you know. Okay.
Yeah, I never got a time.
Okay. I just want to say that because I really think someone would get to enjoy themselves if they had the opportunity to show up. But to dive into a story that kind of caught my eye before we get into the New York Times was from the marijuana moment. Virginia House passes a bill to protect rights of parents who use cannabis. The Virginia House of Delegates has approved a bill to protect the rights of parents who use cannabis in compliance with state law. The legislation from Del Nadarius Clark, Democrat, is consistent with a measure he sponsored last session that advanced through the legislature, only to be vetoed by then Governor Glenn Youngkin, the Republican. The latest version passed the House in a 62-37 vote. Under the proposal, possession of use of cannabis by a parent or guardian on its own shall not serve as a basis to deem a child abused or neglected unless other facts established that such possession or consumption causes or creates a risk of physical or mental injury to the child. What's that sound? Can you check that? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's nothing, but is it my inline? It's just that? Oh, okay. Okay, the inline's picking up. Tap on the monitor on the propagation tent, top right corner of the monitor. Top right corner. What's it say? Oh, it's way too hot. 92. I wonder what happened. There's a heater on the side of the tent, and it has arrows on it. Put it down 2 settings on the front of it. Hey, home growers out there, what do you think? Home growers, you ever been there? And then maybe just crack the bottom of the tent open. Hey, isn't that something? Isn't that something? All of a sudden, my inline just... Huh? Just 2 notches. I think it's at like 5. Put it to 3. No, there's a setting on the right-hand side, like a number. And when you hit it like 3 times, it'll go down 2 times. Hey, who would have thought I wouldn't have technical difficulties? My tent's 92 degrees and my seedlings. 92 is fine. And then just crack the bottom of the tent. 92 is a bit. That's good. Just like that. No, that's okay. And then open it just a little bit. Just to open it. There you go. And then you can close it a little bit more. Just doing that gassed out a bunch of air. So it's probably going to be fine now. But you can leave it like that. Look at that. Mrs. P, not even... Look at this. She produces the show. She cooks dinner. She takes care of her boys. And she manages the garden. Okay? Wow. Without skipping a beat, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a great measure. There's no reason that anyone should lose their kids for the possession or consumption of weed. Come on. Let's be real. I can't think of any scenario other than like a mental health scenario where that would be a factor. But good to see Virginia moving its needle on this kind of action, because you know that there are parents out there that have suffered for the repercussions of this, where consuming cannabis has led to having their children taken away. So if there's any other states that don't have that, I do believe that that should be it. Now, I'm going to skip this story. I'm going to skip this one, Mrs. P. And then go straight to this one. So, the story that I wanted to discuss today is the article that was presented by the New York Times. And I'm not sure if you guys happen to catch the article or not. I'm going to read just the first couple paragraphs of the article, because it's what says the most, and or doesn't say the most, and I think that's the most suspicious, or the most suspect. It's the same word, isn't it? So the question I want to ask for you is, right off the top, is I want you to ask yourself this question: is the pivot by the New York Times a Trojan horse? Okay, I want you to think of that question as we dive in. Here's the article. And let me state for the record, I do not pay for the New York Times, so I had to dive to find this article. 13 years ago, no state allowed marijuana for recreational purposes. Today, most Americans live in a state that allows them to buy and smoke a joint. President Donald Trump continued to trend towards legalization in December by loosening federal restrictions. The New York Times editorial board has long supported marijuana legalization. In 2014, it published a 6-part series that compared the federal marijuana ban to alcohol prohibition and argued for repeal. Much of what the board wrote then holds up, but not all of it does. At the time, supporters of legalization predicted it would bring few downsides. The Times editorials described marijuana addiction and dependence as, quote, relatively minor problems, end quote. Many advocates went further and claimed that marijuana was a harmless drug that might even bring net health benefits. They also said that legalization might not lead to greater use. It is now clear that many of those predictions were wrong. Legalization has led to much more use. Surveys suggest that about 18 million people in the United States have used marijuana almost daily, or about 5 times a week in recent years. That was up from around 6 million in 2012. and less than 1 million in 1992. More Americans now use marijuana daily than alcohol. This wider use has caused a rise in addiction and other problems. Each year, nearly 2.8 million people in the United States suffer from cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, which causes severe vomiting and stomach pain. More people have also ended up in hospitals with marijuana-linked paranoia and chronic psychotic disorders. Bystanders have been hurt, including by people driving under the influence of pot. America should not go back to prohibition to fix these problems. The war on marijuana brought its own costs. Every year, authorities arrested hundreds of thousands of Americans for marijuana possession. The people who suffered the legal and financial consequences were disproportionately Black, Latino, and poor. A society that allows adults to use alcohol and tobacco cannot sensibly arrest people for marijuana use. The Times editorial board opposes the nascent efforts to recriminalize the drug, such as a potential ballot initiative in Massachusetts this year that would ban recreational sales and home growing. That's where I'm going to leave where I read the article. I really encourage you to read the article. The Arizona Daily Star reposted the article from under their Tucson. And if you're looking for it, I encourage you to read the entire article. Not necessarily for any real insight, but just to kind of get a feel from where their position stands. Because I sure as hell am not going to pay for this mainstream garbage. Now, one thing that kind of gets me is like, okay, why would the New York Times backstep on its position of legalization of cannabis, or for the legalization of cannabis? Of course, one could argue that perhaps there's some legitimacy to their article. Maybe it is because of policy and market evolution or public interest. Maybe it was the board. The board is a separate body that kind of has the ability to kind of dictate where things go. There's public health trends, as they've mentioned. But there's a problem with that. Because as they've mentioned in the very beginning of that article, with legalization came increased use. Now, with all due respect, with that increased use, there has been an increased amount of people, quote, that's what they're saying, that have come down with psychotic disorders and this CHS, this cannabinoid or cannabis hyperemesis syndrome. This data has been publicly available for decades, if not years and years and years. So why now does the New York Times decide that it's going to pivot? Timing is everything. And the timing here, why would we have a media giant pivot when we're starting to see federal normalcy? We're starting to see the motion for rescheduling. It seems almost as if timing means agenda. There's something else at play. And now I want to be very, very clear. I love to play the philosophical question. I like to play the philosophical or maybe even the conspiratorial side of things. But there's a reason for that. Because it to me, it's no surprise with the release of the files, with whatever else is going on that we don't know about, that there would be some kind of distraction, some kind of bullfighter, el toro, you know, something where it's like distraction. And what better way than to have a media giant start to cast doubt on the benefits of cannabis? That seems very, very fishy to me. Like almost like a Trojan horse. Like there's something else at play here. And I totally understand the idea that, yeah, maybe it is because of health concerns or what have you. But we've known about cannabis and psychosis for a very long time. And actually, in fact, from the United Nations Office of Drug and Crime, there is a graph that suggests, I think I skipped a couple ahead there, Mrs. P. Many ahead. Many. That suggests that schizophrenia.
Nope. Keep going.
Which one? All right.
Like 4 down. Yep, that one.
To suggest that schizophrenia hasn't even increased at all. Check this out. Here's a graph from the United Nations Office of Drug and Crime. This is a World Drug Report. Whereas you can see in blue is the line, schizophrenia. The index, as early as 1990, goes down by the time you get to 2020. The users of cannabis goes up by, look how much that is. What is that? 135? Like, it's just incredible. I don't actually know the number, but you can see here the orange is cannabis users global. And according to the United Nations itself, schizophrenia is going down. Naturally, you would suspect that with more people consuming weed, you're going to see more people suffering from cannabis hyperemesis syndrome. And I've already given you the 101, in my opinion, about this cannabis hyperemesis syndrome. Does it exist? Sure. How many of those 2 million people are actually suffering from an cannabis intoxication? You know, in my redneck opinion, I bet you it's a minute percentage of that 2 million people. Of that 2.8 million people in the United States to which the Times is referring, I bet you a large portion of them are suffering from other variables associated with their weed. We know this. New York Times knows this, but now all of a sudden we're backpedaling. Cannabis sales hit over $30 billion in 2025. We've already reported how that's cut into the profits of other industries. The alcohol industry, the pharmaceutical industry. And it's like, what if, you know, whenever you read an article in a newspaper or on the thing, like you go to the New York Times article, there's going to be sponsors all over it. How many of them are alcohol? How many of them are beer and wine and how many of them are pharmaceutical? Is it too much to believe that because we know that alcohol sales are down, beer sales are down massively? What if sponsorship money is drying up? New York Times isn't enjoying that big check from Anheuser-Busch or whoever, as I'm wearing a Miller Lite shirt. They're not getting their check, so now all of a sudden they need to figure out how to pivot. So they need to reap those benefits. So they tell their sponsors, you know what? We'll pivot. And it's like we could even go one farther than that. It's like, what if this is just a further narrative to keep cannabis in the black/gray market so that it can further be exploited by negative actors, by bad actors? So that, and when I say bad actors, you know, a lot of those bad actors are people that are making a ton of money with poor product. And then it's not that far to fetch to assume that those people that are exploiting the black market with piss poor product are then lobbying against the legalization market because they'll be the first ones ousted. So there's so many things at play, and it's like, again, it just makes me think: are we further trying to demonize cannabis? Because why would we want people to turn to a plant that's going to have you thinking critically about the overreach of your government or corporations? You know, this seems like a great method, great way to get a giant mainstream media outlet to start to scare people, to start to show people, like, look what 99% THC does to you. Look at that 40% THC on those plants. And it's like, this is another thing. It's like, how come we're so many years in and people are still just looking for the highest amount of THC? Why is the highest amount of THC still the thing that's pushed to people? If we know that a high level of THC can have an adverse effect on people, particularly those predisposed with psychotic tendencies, why are we still pushing high percentages of THC? Just further, it seems to me that, like, we're not trying to bring a system that's trying to bring the best product, but yet we're only just trying to push 99% THC on people. So it could be like, look, it's the weed. It's making people go psycho. So it's like, I just feel like there's just so much more at play than the New York Times being like, yeah, you know what? We got it wrong. But we don't want to go back, because they say that they still feel like this should be legal, shouldn't be legal, should be some... I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'm kind of all over the place here because I just don't know what angle to totally come from in regards to where this article just drops. And of course, all the negative weed pundits out there are just grabbing this. They're just running with this like it's working. I turn on my Twitter this morning and I see people that people that I respect in the conservative space, if you will, the conservative pundit space, really shitting on this. A lot of, like, I hate weed people. I hate weed. And I hate people, like, I hate people that do weed. I hate weed culture. And I'm like, whoa. New York Times put out an article and now we hate weed people. We hate weed culture. What? And then instead, some of them are like, you don't want to try weed. You want to try a cigar. It's like, what? Smoke a cigar? Not weed? Are you serious? So it's calculated, friends. It is calculated. And I refuse to believe that this is happening because all of a sudden New York Times is just having this epiphany that it's like, oh yeah, it's bad now. Here's a tweet from a doctor, Dr. Youssef. And I don't know what it takes to get a doctor name on Twitter other than just your name. But he says, weed is driving an epidemic of psychosis and mania. Most weed prior to the 2000s was 5% potency. Now everything is 25% plus, with some concentrates 90%. Most people still delude themselves into thinking they're smoking the sub 5% weed from the 70s. The current stuff is literally causing brain damage and looks like schizophrenia. Scary stuff. And he's responding to a tweet from Cigar and Jetty. I don't know who any of these people are, for the record. 18 million Americans are smoking weed 21 days a month. This is a full-blown addiction crisis. That even the New York Times now says it's time for America to admit that it has a marijuana problem. So all this graph does is show that it suggests more people are smoking pot. But if you continue to go down a little bit lower, this is the graph to which I referred earlier from the United Nations. Stoner Chef says, if so, then why do the rates of schizophrenia remain almost unchanged? Actually, a 0.87% drop over the last 20 years, despite cannabis consumption rates having skyrocketed. He asks, do you have a conflict of interest here? Because not seeing this data, you must either be paid or blind. And it's just this is a doctor. This is a doctor, self-proclaimed, with a lab coat in. He has a look, Ms. P. Show. It has a lab coat in his. Yep, look at that profile picture. He has a lab coat. Okay, it says doctor.
Board certified psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
Former FDA medical officer, founder of world's largest psychiatric drug tapering clinic.
Yep, whatever the fuck that means. So,
sure.
So, and if you let's just say, hey, you don't want to take a doctor's opinion about it, and you want to take a more formal opinion about it. Well, here is a formal opinion about the damages of weed by somebody much more classified, Goth Daddy.
Yeah, we no, don't do that. I would strongly suggest you get the fuck off it. See, the problem is that from my observations, people use weed to numb the impending constant crisis of their mind telling them to fucking do something with their life. People's minds very typically will constantly have this running clock that will remind them or pressure them to do something with their short amount of time. It's innate. It's in everybody, almost everybody with an IQ over 95. Everyone has this. You see it with like adult gamers and people who like do things for like 12 hours a day that are not productive. They're usually weed smokers as well, because doing something for that long per day that does not have any fucking productive value to it whatsoever is going to drive that inner voice insane. So they have to smoke weed, because weed silences that voice. It numbs the part of the brain that reminds you that you have a small amount of time in your adulthood to get fucking things done. So people smoke a lot of weed and then they do a lot of really pointless shit. I mean, look, medicinally, sure, fine, I agree. I really do agree that there are very, very beneficial
All right. I can't listen to this guy anymore. That's good. Jesus Louise, Batman. If you guys are anything like me, you're definitely going to listen to anything that guy says.
He looks like someone that gives good advice
Great
about
advice.
mental health.
Yeah, great advice. Particularly about mental health. Yes, thank you for pointing that out, Mrs. P. Very, very stable individual. Anyways, it just seems like there is a massive push now. All of a sudden, the anti-weed has hit. The message is flooding the airwaves of people that are trying to, for lack of better words, scare you. That's really how I feel, because do you guys remember COVID? Do you guys remember that? And it's like, it feels as if this is just, rather than trying to shape it as like cannabis has like freedom, you have the right to choose, but now it's like they're trying to protect us, right? Like, oh, thank gosh. Thank heavens the government is here to tell me that weed is bad. I'm just not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. And I wear a very tight tinfoil condom. And I'm telling you, I just, there is something else at play here. And maybe I've had too many marijuanas and I need to inject another one. I don't know. What do you think? This is a question that I posed to you. A little bit scattered. I was a little all over the place. But the reality is that the Times presents an article where they pretty much tell you that they have been wrong Dun, dun, dun. The place where you've been turning to for your news for years, said nobody, is now telling you that what they've been telling you is wrong. What does that make you think? How does that make you feel? Is this just a nothing burger? Or is there more at play? I'm curious. I'm really, really curious about what you guys have to say about that. Mrs. P.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what you think. But then I was like, I need a drink.
I was waiting for you. When I went to go check on the kid, I saw that your glass was empty and I should have taken it then.
Yeah,
all good.
if you don't mind.
All good.
I appreciate it. It drives their interactions and views up. I bet a lot of them don't even believe the bullshit that they're saying. They just see the money. I think you're right. Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to that. Seized keel. Yeah. Yep. Juddy says, "What's your THC intake, P? You're almost. Are you almost empty? Yeah, I'm running low, dude. Yeah." Must be new sponsorship money over at the New York Times. Yeah, you take that one too, eh? You think so too? Yeah, you think so too? Yeah, it could be the board just being like, oh, don't you know, eh? Weed is bad for the kids, eh? Don't you know? But we've already talked about this. Parents need to raise their kids. The government should not raise your kids. Parents should raise their kids. You should teach your kids about drugs. You should teach your kids about sex. You should teach your kids about guns. You should teach your kids about being responsible with all of those things. Those are conversations that if you don't have with your children, somebody else is. Heaven forbid, it's the government or Dora the fucking Explorer. Okay? You don't need that. We need parents to raise their children. That's the bottom line. Why are more kids doing weed today than ever before? Because their parents are failing them. Not sorry. I'm not sorry. Why are your children turning to weed at an early age? If you're 8, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old, I still consider them children, don't get me wrong, but that's a lot different than, 12, 13, 14-year-old children doing pot. I think that's absurd. Okay? I'm talking about smoking. I'm not talking about doing it for medicinal reasons. I strongly believe that we should be talking to our children to choose a lifestyle that's going to create them the most probability of developing their brain. And we know with plenty of evidence that smoking cannabis is detrimental to the brain at a young age. Smoking cannabis. I'm not saying cannabinoids are bad for children. Nope. In fact, I think there's a place, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about smoking weed. Kids who are smoking weed, they shouldn't be smoking weed. That's a parental issue. That's a parental issue. Anytime it's like, well, more children have access, well, then tell their parents to fucking parent. That's it. I just don't understand the other argument. There should be nobody else responsible for anyone else's children. It takes a village to raise a kid, but so then if it's not the parents, then it's the community that's failing. So then we're just pointing the fingers back at ourselves. It's a never-ending circle. But we just have to remember to assume the responsibility. Not often, but I disagree with you. Please elaborate, my friend. Because I would like to think we can agree that inhalation, the combustion of cannabis into your lungs is bad. That's bad. Smoking weed is bad for you. Oh, I said it. It's bad for your lungs. And that's because really anything foreign to your lungs is bad. They're meant for oxygen. And when it comes to children, in fact, we already know that the evidence suggests that smoking cannabis, right? Smoking cannabis on a developing mind, typically those before 21, but you can't put an age, excuse me. You can't put an age on it because some brains develops faster and slower than others. But there's plenty of evidence to suggest so they shouldn't be smoking it. Okay, that's not to say someone says Todd McCormick was smoking as a child. Yes, for medicinal reasons, right? We talked to Todd, and Todd made it very clear that his mother was trying to help him fight his cancer, and one way she thought would help was to use cannabis. Okay, that's different. Okay, now had she given him a gummy, maybe that would have been different too. But that's a different time. It's a different culture. It's a different atmosphere. Oh my God, I got the hiccups.
There was different levels of accessibility then too.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Gummies weren't just around.
No.
Like they are now.
Um.
And no one's saying that it still didn't do something to his growing mind and body just like it would any other child's.
Right. Yeah. And it says, I think children should have access, or they should have access. Yeah. I guess we agree to disagree. I'll agree smoking isn't great, but I don't think telling them they can't is bogus. No, I'm not telling. No, nobody's telling them they can't. No, that's not it. I want parents to raise their children, right? And if you tell your kids they just can't do something, I've never told my son he can't smoke weed. I've never told my son he can't have alcohol. I've never told him he can't have methamphetamine. I've never told him he can't have fentanyl. You know, I've never told him these things.
I did tell him not to eat Tide Pods.
You can't eat Tide Pods. No, I don't think we said you can't eat Tide Pods. We just said don't eat Tide Pods.
Oh no, I said you can, but you get real sick.
But it's a conversation that should happen, right? It's the conversation that happens between you and your child. It's a transformation, or it's a translation of education. It's you explaining that X, Y, and Z are bad for you, or that, you know, this to me, my son, and he's 14, so I can speak from experience here. I don't want my son to consume anything other than, well, I shouldn't say to consume anything. This is a hell of a sentence to stand on. I don't want him to smoke anything. He's an athlete, right? And smoking cannabis can inhibit your lung development. It's bad for your lungs. It's the combustion that's bad for your lungs, particularly for an athlete. So we talk about smoking in general, and then we talk about weed and the difference. And so it's like, these are conversations that need to happen.
We talked about vaping the other day because one of his buddies is vaping, who's also an athlete. And we said that I don't think that that's good either.
No. But yeah, and you know, the conversation will evolve as he gets older, right? And so the truth remains the same, but the conversation will evolve. Will he continue to be an athlete for the rest of his life? I don't know. You know, I don't think smoking anything as an athlete is good. You know, I just feel like science is pretty conclusive on these things. So don't inhibit that growth. Now, I do believe that cannabinoids can be utilized at all ages, and in fact probably should be. How do we utilize that? How do we administer that? How do we dose that? I don't know. I don't know when and how. You know, advocates will be like, you should be having cannabinoids at birth. Cannabinoids are transferred through breast milk. And so we have an endocannabinoid system. You have an endocannabinoid system to receive cannabinoids. It's built into you. But I don't think smoking it is the best, healthiest method of consumption. Now, speaking of the cannabinoid system, I wanted to highlight this just real quick because some people don't fully understand it. I'm not going to say I fully understand it, please. But here's a little chart that I found, and I think it really breaks things down. So the endocannabinoid system, the human cannabinoid receptors, CB1 receptors are concentrated in the brain and the central nervous system, but are also present in some nerves and organs. CB2 receptors are mostly in peripheral organs, especially cells associated with the immune system. TRVP1 receptors are concentrated in the blood, bone, marrow, tongue, kidney, liver, stomach, and ovaries. TRPV2 receptors are concentrated in the skin, muscles, kidney, stomach, and lungs. GPR18 receptors can be found primarily in bone marrow, the spleen, the lymph nodes, and, to a lesser extent, the testes. GPR55 receptors are found in the bones, the brain, particularly the cerebellum, and the junibellum. Oh wow, what's that? The
Jejunum?
The jejunum
And
and
ilium.
ilium. Wow, I never heard of jejunum. The GPR119 receptors are found predominantly in the pancreas and the intestinal tract in small amounts. So we have cannabinoids, and we have those receptors all through our body. So I understand it's labeled there in the lungs. However, the reality is that there has to be a better method, or is a better method, to essentially feed those receptors in your lungs that doesn't require the combustion of anything. No plant material, nothing, because the combustion is bad. How bad? Well, unfortunately, we, throughout the majority of our medically dominant proliferation over the course of the last 100 years, we haven't had access to people who have had consistent use of cannabis present themselves as test subjects. We have not had that long-term ability to see what impact smoking or the cannabinoid use does to the body. We just have human history as a tale of a loose and vague story that we kind of need to fill the blanks in for. And that's something I'm all for. I'm all about. So I have asked you guys multiple questions, and I've only read a couple. So I just want to take a second, because I talked a lot of stuff, and clearly some people agree and some people don't. So I want to make sure I'm taking time to speak on it.
I think there's some misunderstanding in the chat regarding your statement about smoking cannabis being bad. It's not the cannabis part. It's the smoking part.
It's the smoking.
Because putting anything into your lungs like that is damaging.
Yep. That's my point. Smoking anything is bad. So when I say smoking cannabis is bad, that's what I mean. The use of cannabis is wonderful, and I hope that clarifies. I don't think I need to really argue my position there, just because I feel like you understand that I'm not saying smoking weed is bad, but smoking anything is bad. Insert anything, right? Combustion materials. So idiom. I've heard weed before workouts help some people. Weed doesn't make me want to work out, but not smoking weed also doesn't make me want to work out. Yeah. For me, as someone who does work out, sometimes I smoke before. Sometimes I'm always high before, because I pretty much I do not leave the house not under the influence. So I'm always high before I go to the gym, and I think it works wonderful. I think it works great. It's like it's all anecdotal. It's like we say I'm high when I go to the gym. I'm not high. I'm medicated. Like, I'm relaxed. I'm ready to go. I feel like my muscles are better. It's like those kind of things. It's like I'm not high. So yeah, it's always great to tell a cannabis prohibitionist that their bodies make cannabinoids every day. Yeah, Cease Kill, you're absolutely right. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, we have the ability to receive, utilize, process, and that's just foreign to people. And like, I want to be honest, dude, we don't have a marijuana problem. We have a scheduling, we have a regulation and education issue. That's the problem. If we were teaching people how to utilize cannabis to the fullest and not doing this bogus marketing shit and only pushing the highest amounts of THC and the cardboard terps, there wouldn't be this conversation. People would understand weed. If we parented our children, we wouldn't have mass amounts of kids turning to cannabis that don't need to be. Okay? You know, I'm not saying cannabis doesn't help people. Of course it does. Does that mean that cannabis can help some children? Of course it can. I am not going to promote the like smoking weed amongst children. That's what I'm talking about specifically. If there's a kid out there, I just don't, is there a kid out there that recreationally just takes edibles and goes to school and functions? My answer to that is no, there isn't. Find me one that does not smoke weed at all. And this is not for medicinal reasons, because we understand medicinal is a thing. But it's like most children are utilizing cannabis, or at least for recreational purposes. And again, I can say as a kid, I utilized it for like ADHD, and it was just my way of like mellowing and chilling out. But it's like, well, then did I try an edible? You know, these kind of things. Like, again, a parenting, education. This is the thing. Should a child be smoking weed? The answer is no. I don't see that as an answer. I just can't see that. If a child needs to relax, if a child needs to, epilepsy, for example. I know plenty of example of epilepsy where children need to use RSO, but they don't smoke it. You know, they usually, from the examples I've seen, and of course they could smoke it, I'm sure. But again, maybe I'm out to lunch.
I think with the options we have now, going back to the comment about Todd, we have those options now. There weren't always those options. And so in those circumstances, I think, you're making that choice of, do you let your kid who's sick smoke something, or do you let them suffer? And
in 1978, they would have smoked something.
Right. But they didn't have all the different technology.
Well, it's not that they didn't have. Concentrates have been around forever. But
it wasn't at their fingertips.
To your point, you're right. No,
it wasn't
right.
at their fingertips.
Not everybody
like
was making. Not everybody was making hash. Not everybody was. Not everybody was making the oils that we have today.
I didn't know half this shit was even an option until later in life. Right? Like, obviously, I like hash and oil and stuff, but like, it was a pain to not only get it, but it was a pain to consume it, because you didn't have all the gadgets and the fancy devices that we now have at our fingertips. So I think it, time and place, right? We have options.
Kevin says, how can be good for one group but bad for another? Well, we know through plenty of science, and if you're referring, maybe you're referring to something else, but if you're referring to the conversation about children, we know, like through science, that the brain is still through a process of developing, and smoking, very specific, smoking cannabis pre that brain development, which I said 21, someone said 25, but whatever age it is bad for brain development. And I know I can say, because I smoked weed at an early age. Mrs. P was smoking weed at a very early age.
Yep. Not good weed. Not good weed.
Yeah. Sure, I'm fine. I'm okay. Yeah, I made it. I'm okay. But does that mean that my brain didn't suffer in any way, shape, or form? I don't think that it's fair that I can say it didn't suffer, or did, because I don't know. But I don't think I can say one way or the other. But we know that science concludes that smoking weed, smoking anything. Smoking anything. This is my point.
At any age. At any age is bad.
Is at any age, but specifically for the brain, that brain development is bad for you. So that's that. With that evidence, I'm going to stand on that. And if a child needs weed, it's for medicinal reasons, and then I think that you have to bypass, what's good for your body versus what's not. When you're, it's like chemo. Chemo's bad for you, but it helps in some sense, right? So you have to do it. So if for medicinal reasons there was a child out there that just for whatever reason had to smoke it versus every other application or dosing method, then sure, that's a medicinal reason, and I don't know what it would be, but I'm sure then that's fine. I'm willing to concede that that's medicinal. But it's like if a kid just needs to feel better, to get high, just eat a fucking edible, dude. Eat an edible or whatever. And as someone who doesn't really enjoy edibles very much, there's I would say there's vaping, but I honestly don't believe vaping is any better for you really either. But yeah, Botanic. Hey, I appreciate it, dude. No, it's a good conversation. Great conversation, dude. And this is the part where I think we can both agree, Botanic, that this is a conversation. I'm never going to judge you for the way that you raise your kids, right? I can either say I agree or I disagree, but I'm not going to judge. The way someone wants to raise their kids is their prerogative and not mine. But I think we can agree at the end of the day that this is a conversation between mom and dad and child, right? This is a family conversation. And if between mom, dad, or whatever, guardians and child, they come to the conclusion that you need to choose path A or B, then I, as from the outside looking in, have no place to hold any judgment anyway. It's a family decision. So that's where I stand, man. Let's let families raise families and build and I think that's what builds community, and then I think ultimately we'd be in a better place anyways. But nonetheless, dude, I really appreciate your input, man, because it's not easy to have these conversations. A lot of people jump quick on text and when we're typing, and sometimes I say a lot of things in half sentences, and it's easy to grab things out of context. So I appreciate you being open with it, man. Night of Living Soil, is this the experiment where they were forcing monkeys to breathe weed with no oxygen for, I think it was 7 to 10 minutes at a time? I have no idea. Is that the one off of Pineapple Express?
Oh my god, I haven't seen that movie in forever. I don't even remember.
That's funny.
How do you remember that?
Only because we watched the beginning of the movie not long or something. So I don't know. The guy was laughing and something.
I have no clue.
Miracle's Edge. Let me see what you got. What you got here, man? Parents used to give their kids alcohol and get them drunk when they had a cold. Getting judgy when it comes to cannabis and pearl clutching is just dishonest to me. Yeah, no, judging in particular, we can have opinions and shit, but you know what? I like to believe in people because they'll surprise you. That's kind of a motto I live by, but don't take my kindness for weakness though, right? But the reality is that what you eat doesn't make me shit. And I think that is something more people should live by. And quite frankly, actually in my house, I still believe that alcohol can help some remedies or be a remedy for some ailments. I'm pretty old school in my house. I also think honey goes a long way. And pickle juice, but but it's like it is what it is. It is what it is. I just the whole point of this conversation was the fact that we're not having this conversation with our children. We're not talking to our kids. We're not having a conversation with our bartenders, with our barbers, with our bus drivers, just to keep the bees going. We're not talking to our moms and our dads and the old folks in our families about this plant. And if we're not going to have this conversation with them, the New York Times will, the government will, the mainstream will. and they'll paint a narrative of whatever they want. But we can share real education, real awareness, and we can show them that this plant is all about healing. It's about connecting. It's about community. It's about love and art and all these wonderful things. But of course, it does have downsides. I want to be very clear about that. It does have downsides. And one of those downsides are the munchies. No, I'm just playing, dude. We need to talk. We need to talk about it. And don't let anybody else steer the conversation. Because that's what's happening. Or I'm not going to say that's what's happening, but that's what I feel is the narrative, is the plan. So
You always say it too. We've never raised a 14-year-old before.
Every day's new.
Right? So we're figuring it out as we go with the information we're given. And no, there's never judging anybody else for the choices that they make.
No. You do you.
They're doing it for the first time too.
We're doing it for the first time, man. Never had a 14-year-old before.
And it's terrifying.
It's terrifying. And it's hard, man. I'd like to say it's a breeze. It's all these things, but it's not, man. Every single day, it feels like, you're hanging on by a rope and you could lose them, and I don't mean this in a tragic sense. I mean this, you could lose them in like just the sense that there's a ton of distractions in the world. And I feel as if it's harder and harder to keep our kids focused and to keep them determined to be responsible for themselves. Again, I've never had a kid before. I've only had one 14-year-old. Never lived before. I don't know what life was like before, but there are so many distractions out there. And sometimes a good family meal at the table brings on good conversation, and you can just teach is maybe the word, or I don't know, but it's like it's tough. It's tough. It's tough, but it's not tough, right? Obviously, but
We're having a slight conversation on the side about picklebacks.
Picklebacks?
Anyone that doesn't know, picklebacks are Irish whiskey, specifically Jameson, chased with pickle juice. They were made famous to us by Vegas. I'm sure they exist elsewhere, but they are something that does truly fix everything.
right. Sorry, I'm just gonna scroll up a little bit, doing multiple scrolls. Look at me going up. We have a corporate and government problem. Throne. I totally agree. I totally agree with that. That's very well said. I get motivated before I run. Rich Reg. Love to hear that, dude. Controlled smoking weed should be fine. A consensual act between adults, who cares? Right? If you want to sell your flower, if you want to smoke over there, I think private businesses should have the right to tell you can or you cannot smoke. I think that's fair. It's like if you want to walk into my house and I say you can't smoke in my house, you can't smoke in my house. That's fair. But pretty much everywhere else, let her buck, dude. Let her buck. I don't think you should be able to consume in like parks and stuff. Or at least there should be methods of consumption. What's the secondhand vape thing? Is that a real thing or no? Is that even a thing? Does secondhand vaping exist?
Like secondhand smoke?
Uh-huh.
I don't
Because if
know.
not, then clearly you can vape and other people can't be harmed. It's outside, so who really cares anyways?
I'm also down with how you have to
More
be
volume, Mrs. P.
closer to the mic.
Yep.
Okay. How you have to be 15 feet away from an entrance smoking cigarettes?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. If you want me to be 15 feet away from the play structure in the park where the children are, I'm okay with that. Tell me where it's okay to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't say you can't do it at all. It's like at the beach when we go to the beach, right? You're not allowed to smoke cigarettes on the sand, but you can go on the grass under the tree and smoke.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just tell me where.
Yep. A concentrate of some kind to lessen lung damage by reducing the amount of needed to smoke, maybe? You're on to something. One more quarter. Patent pending, okay? Those poor monkeys. Grandma's boy, they smoke with a monkey. Don't judge me, monkey. Oh, is it grandma's boy? Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. People will go from 0 to 100 in psychosis. Yeah. Yeah, but that's not weed, that's psychosis. But is there evidence to suggest that weed sparks, or not even sparks, but like it ignites a predisposed condition of psychosis? Yes. There is plenty of evidence to suggest that if you have preconceived conditions or pre-notion, whatever, I mess that word up because I always think I use the wrong one. Some predispositions. Dude, if you're psychotic and you no, I want to be true about this. It's like if you have those preconceived
precursors.
Yeah, like if you have a tendency,
an underlying psychosis.
There we go. Thank you. Weed, it has evidence to suggest that it could spark it. So, on a roll. I grew up around Italians. Are they Italians or Italians?
Italians.
Italians, babe?
Italy. Yeah.
It's Italy.
No.
Yeah, but it's Italy, but it's Italian.
That's like saying it's Iraq instead of Iraq.
It's Iraq.
No, it's not.
It doesn't matter. Okay, no, it's not. It's Italian.
No.
It's Italian?
Totally Italian.
Italian? That's like the softest way to, if I was Italian.
It's like tomato,
Look
right?
up,
like,
okay, type Italian into Google.
Oh my God.
And then get it to pronounce it. And what does she say? Because Google's always right, especially that automated woman's voice.
Oh, why is it?
These are the facts that matter here, friends, okay? All right.
Italian.
Say it again.
She even phonetically Italian.
Italian.
No, she says Italian.
No, she doesn't.
No. Okay, so if you look at that again, look at the beginning. She's confused. So she doesn't even know. She's like, Italian? It's Italian. So it's not even Italian. It's We're both wrong.
Italian.
Yeah.
I can't see. We're just gonna have to go, and then
we're gonna have to ask.
They'll teach you
We'll
how
have
to
to ask
say it
folks.
right.
We're gonna
Yeah.
say, hey, friends, it's Italian.
Anyway, I think the point of that comment was that
It's Italian.
no, the culturally, wine is accepted amongst children in a lot of European families. I believe is what that they had wine as kids. And it's true because you go to, I grew up around Italians and wine was served at dinner, kids, adults, cultural thing. Hadn't noticed if the tradition is still going on. Times change. I think a lot of European countries, the legal age of drinking is like 16 or even younger, maybe.
13.
Is it?
In Scotland? Or something like that? Something like that. Pretty sure. Maybe not. In the Dublin? In Ireland? What's the youngest drinking age in the world? I bet you there's some places that don't even have laws. What do we care?
Yeah. Some countries like Cambodia or Togo have no specific age limit.
Right. Well, why would they?
There's dry countries, which are all the ones that you'd expect. 16.
Oh, my flag fell down.
Oh, no.
Go
Yeah.
Canada, go.
16 in countries like Austria, Germany, Denmark, Belgium, and Switzerland.
Oh, yeah, I want to pick a beef with Bauer and Nike for the record. It's a beautiful jersey, by the way. But if you'll notice, I got this for Christmas.
Do you want me to pull up the post?
Pull up a post. I got this beautiful jersey for Christmas. And I knew it. I called it out too right back then. This jersey that you see right here for me is the jersey on the bottom. It's the Bauer. It's got the leaf. Everything's the same. But the jersey that they're wearing for the Olympics is not Bauer. It's Nike. And what I also noticed when I was watching the World Juniors is that the little piece around the neck is like rubber, and mine isn't rubber. It's like felt. It's the same texture as the rest of the jersey.
Yeah, it's hard to see in this picture. But
Yeah, it is very hard to see, but
I'll see if I can.
I am massively disappointed. I knew. I told Mrs. P, I was like, because I saw the rubber and the junior ones. I was like, it's like the exact same jersey, but there's rubber up here. So I have an official jersey that's not an official jersey. It pisses me off.
I think that sucks because those were the only ones that you could buy.
Yeah. It's not even the Bauer. Not me, Hendrix. I'm a Nike guy, unfortunately. I'm a consumer at heart. But it's not even the Nike. It's this little piece right here, man. I wanted the rubber here. The rubber to me just sets the jerseys off so nice. And I don't have it. Anyways.
I can't even get like a really good, clear picture.
Can't believe I
of
have
it.
so much stuff in my pockets.
You always have so much stuff in your pocket.
P, tonight, HBO Max, a cannabis seed company is running a commercial video buying seeds from them. Name seed company, Grower's Choice. Never seen this before, have y'all? No. Grower's Choice. I've heard of Grower's Choice before, though. I'm pretty sure, vaguely, I might have grown something from them. But yeah, yep. Frustrates me. Bro, with them, big shout outs to fucking HBO Max. I'm loving that. Oh. CCM makes better wear. Yeah, I just wanted the jersey for the juniors, man, and because we had the Olympics. Oh, it was such a good year. I love the jersey. I love it. A lot of people are hating on this because it's a horrible look and stuff, and they don't like the way it. I think it's beautiful myself. I think it's beautiful. I love the texture on the black. I think it's beautiful. But I'm a sucker for the leaf, man. Get the guy that dips the Timberlands in rubber to dip your jersey.
I like that guy.
I've never seen it.
Oh.
Can you find it for me?
I'm gonna try.
All right, let me see. Yo, greetings, Grommy. Yo, what's up, Crazy Grow? Good to see you. There we go.
Yes.
Shout out to the Canadians, man. They're strong at hockey, bro. Yeah. Oh.
He dips the soles in like different colors.
Okay, I saw this one time, I think. Oh, okay, those are actually pretty fly.
I love them. He does like different colors and custom makes them, and
That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. You know what? I want to design clothes too, man. That'd be pretty cool. I've been talking about that recently, designing clothes, only because it would be cool. How you been, Crazy Grow? I've been great. I've been fantastic. I hope you have been too. Thanks for tuning in. Clay Shens, good to see you, friend. Thank you for pulling up. Freaking amazing team. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
In case you guys don't know, we kind of eat, sleep, and breathe hockey in this house. So
You could say that, I guess.
I mean, oh my God, when I told the parents the other night or last night that you were going to come and announce the game on Tuesday, even though we don't have to be there.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, what? Like the one night that you don't have to be at the rink, you're going to come do it for another team? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. Yep, I got picked up by the girls team.
Yep.
Yep, gonna be doing the announcing. I was like, I Mrs. P's like, I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, without a doubt.
And it's not like in our town either. It's not our local rink. It's like an hour drive.
Yep.
Commitment, people.
Commitment. Yeah, we're family. We're hockey people. Get any epic Luke art rating? Not yet, but I'm going to. I'll be live tomorrow. Live tomorrow night.
Isn't tomorrow a day?
What?
I thought Fridays.
Oh, tomorrow during the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I got a few items to do.
Gotcha.
Few errands, things. But maybe tomorrow. We'll see. What's your favorite hockey movie? I would like. It's funny you say that. I'm a Mighty Ducks guy. I would like to see Youngblood, but I'm a Mighty Ducks for sure, without a doubt. Yeah. I had to think about it for a second, but Mighty Ducks, without a doubt, hands down. You guys are good people. Well, we are really good at portraying that on the internet. Okay. P, getting a rep as a dope game announcer. Yeah, I know, dude. And it's funny because yesterday, and I don't know if Mrs. P heard it, but there was 2 times.
I heard the lady outside.
Oh, nice.
Before you did, actually.
It was. Oh, really?
Yeah, I came outside and all I heard was, "Who was that announcer? He was fantastic." And you were talking to some other parents, and I was like, "I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if he's ignoring her on purpose."
Oh, nope. I had no idea. I wasn't even listening.
I didn't know who she was. She must have been from the other
That's
team.
cute. From the other team. Yep. I 2 times yesterday. This lady from the other team. Well, I'm assuming she was from the other team. I didn't recognize her from anywhere else. She's like, "Great announcing tonight, by the way." I was like, Thank you. I want you to know that goes straight to my head. And that's my go-to line for the record. And because it does. It does. Because like I love doing it so much, but I'm afraid that I'm so over the top unnecessarily. And so one of the dads on our team came out, and he doesn't make it to every game, but he makes it the most. And he's like, "Do you do the announcing every game?" I was like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "Man, you do a great job." I was like, "Really? Like, really? It sounds okay?" Because, like, before he could answer, I was like, "Because, like, in the booth, I can't really hear myself." And he's like, "No, it sounds great." I was like, "Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it." Because I'd be so embarrassed, guys, if, like, because I go all out, friends. It's embarrassing when I describe it.
You think the kids are in the NHL.
But I just do it because I love it. And I love seeing the other night, the captain of the team, as I'm yelling out the name of the name of the team, he looks so I was like, "And your 2025, 2026 Winnipeg." And he looks over at me. And I'm like, I lock eyes with him. I was like, "Winnipeg!" And he looks at he's ready. He's like, "Jar!" And I'm, "Jar!" He's, "Jar!" He's looking at me in the eye. I was just like, "Yeah, dude."
I love when you announce after they get a goal and they skate by the glass, and I can always see this big grin on their faces when you say their names.
Oh, man, it's so
fantastic.
much fun. Yep, it's so much fun. And these kids are 14 years old, man. They're 14 years old, and man, I've been doing it for them since they were like fucking. Well, I've really been going ham. Actually, it's been a year,
for a few of
2
them,
years, because I'll admit the only reason I announce like this is because someone maybe they're like I started doing it a little bit. You know, when I started to do the games, I'd get a little bit into it. But I did a tournament. And I was like really excited about it.
But you got asked to do the tournament because
yeah, I don't even remember. Maybe I've always done it.
You always did it like on a lesser level from the beginning.
Yeah, because I guess I was coaching before.
Yeah, but over the years you've gotten more
Definitely more
eccentric
animated.
about it.
Yeah, definitely more animated.
And the kids just love it more every year.
Dude, I just want it. I just want them to remember that one dad? Remember that one dad? Where every time we get to
our
go,
hype man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. They're kids, dude. They're 14. It's funny. They're 14. They're kids, but like they curse like sailors, dude.
They're young men.
And they're coming out of the game in the last game, and we're in Winnipeg, and they're coming out to the bench, and there's probably, I don't know, realistically 30, 40 people watching in this. We're coming out for the second period, and I'm trying to hype them up, right? Like I'm always trying to hype them up. I'm all by myself. I'm over there like, I'm like, you boys ready? I'm like, you ready? I'm like, this is the last 20 minutes of your life. This is everything you've trained for, gentlemen. Are you ready? Your moms are louder than you out there. Boys, are you ready? And they start getting a little rowdier. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And I'll be like, and then as soon as the door opens, I'm like, as loud as I could. I was like, let's fucking go. And all those kids, dude, all 20 of them just went ballistic. Yeah, going out on the ice, man. They had a deadly period, dude. It was epic. It was fucking epic, dude. I love my job, dude. They're my favorite team. Yeah, number two right here.
They're not doing very well, but they're our favorite team.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it was good.
But
yeah.
they do it with everything they have.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing. And you know what? I'm only going to be able to do this one time. And then my boy's going to be gone and doing his own thing. And then I'm not going to have these moments anymore. And you know what? 99.999, because I'm literally the 0.001% and maybe that other dad that like cheer for their kids. The only time that you will get a cheer from a parent is if a goal is scored. They have to achieve the most ultimate achievement in hockey, which at a young age is scoring a goal, which is not easy. That's the only way you're going to get a parent to cheer for you. That's it. That's literally it. And so for me, no, I don't give a fuck, dude. You skate hard, I'm cheering for you, man. You hit hard, I'm cheering for you. Hard, good passes, I'm cheering for you. You're making plays, I'm cheering for you, man. Good hustles, quick changes, good plays, these kind of things. It's all part of the game, dude, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. And it's just like, it's just crazy how quiet it is. I've talked to this. I've mentioned this on Twitch many times. You know how there's always videos of fanatic parents out there? Dude, they're everywhere. They are everywhere. It's almost like the sport brings out the rivalry. It's like we need to bring coliseums back where it's like people just fought till death because people need to get that out of the system. I swear it's a barbaric thing. They need it. It's primitive because you'll be at name the age. It doesn't matter. I've been doing this since my boy was 4 years old. I think he actually was officially playing at 5. And every single time, at every single age, there's parents out there that hate the other team. They hope for sheer destruction of the other team, whether it's legal or there was blood or not. They just want to see these kids crumble, the other team crumble. And it's so sad. It's so fucking sad. And because I cheer. I try to be so positive, man. I'm only cheering. Bad negative shit happens, don't care. Whatever. What it is. We get goals. We lose 10-0, dude. I'm still cheering. A little quieter, dude. I'm not obviously as over the top, but it's like, see the kids hustling. You're losing 10-0. And to see kids at 14 still trying to play as if, there's 90 seconds left in the game. I don't even care. 3 minutes left in the game, and they're still trying to play with everything they have. That's cheerable, dude. That's fucking determination. That's willpower. That's perseverance. That's the stuff that you get after the hockey game that you take, to real life. I cheer for that. And the other parents hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. And the only reason they'll cheer for their kids is in spite of me. It's incredible to watch. I've been watching it for like 10 years happen. And it's just like, it's just a weird, try it. And if you don't believe me, try it. I can guarantee, because this happens in every fucking game. I guarantee, because I'm over the top. I'm over the top. Positive. I'm over the top. I get it. And I'm that guy to the point where even the other dads on my team, they don't stand within fucking 30 feet of me. And I bless their souls, I get it. But nobody wants to stand with me. And maybe I'm not psychotic. Like, I don't think. But it's like, dude, I'm verbal. I just like to have fun. I like to cheer on the kids, dude. But no, they don't want to. But if you don't believe me, try it. This is easily, just go. And if you got a kid and you got to play and you got a sport, cheer for the team. You're gonna feel like you look like an idiot, and maybe you do. I don't give a fuck. The kids won't forget it. But cheer for your team. Cheer for your kid. Cheer for the other kid. Cheer for that kid. Cheer for that kid. When the other team's kid makes a good save or the goalie makes a good save, cheer for him too. And guess what? The other team will start cheering. They'll start cheering. But half or 3/4 of the amount of time, they're gonna be mocking you. So whatever cheer you use, if you're like a, let's go, or if you're like a, hey, 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 or if you're like a, woo, or if you're like a, they'll do the same thing and they'll stare over at you as they do it.
There was 2-3 parent fights that last weekend that we were.
Oh, it was despicable.
It
was despicable. It was despicable. Kids getting absolutely annihilated. Like, annihilated. And dads of the kids that did the crushing, and it was a nasty hit.
And it was after the game.
It was after the game. It was a nasty hit, and it was just like, it's just like dads screaming at kids. It's just nasty, man. It's just nasty. I don't get it. I don't understand.
I yelled, but it was only because they kept taking our kid out in the net.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That was their go-to move.
Yeah, the other team.
Lay on the goalie.
Yeah, the other team was just trying to plow through the goalie. It gets nasty. Some of the teams you play in this team.
I was that parent, and I am not ashamed.
It can get nasty. But dude, man, I mean, there I am cheering for him. I'm like, that boy, get back up. But yeah, no, it's like then you get referees that don't make calls, all these things. It's just, it's crazy. But anyways, if you really want to get under the opponent's skin, cheer for your team. Now I understand why cheerleaders exist, cheer squads, all that. Because not only does it cheer on your team and motivate them, but it's intimidating to the other team.
Yep.
You know, it's intimidating. Didn't know that. Yeah. I'll be very sad when my youngest is done hockey. Idiom. Ugh. So will we. You know. We know.
But we're going to be rich.
Refs always suck everywhere, every time.
Always.
No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to all the referees. We love our referees. We love our referees.
We do. And I appreciate the ones that want to let the kids play and not constantly make calls. But you also have to make some calls.
Yeah, you're looking out for the interests of the kids. You don't want to see anyone get hurt.
No.
What I do like is there's referees out there that will make a call and then explain what the call was.
Yeah.
I don't care what age group you are. A good explanation of a call that doesn't make sense, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Goes a long way. So, but I also believe that referees, in the same sense, when they know they make a call, they should understand that it's going against half the team.
Yeah.
Or half the game, like half the people there.
Yeah.
And so in the sense when you hear good call, a referee should be able to take what? You know, something like that.
Or a coach questioning it.
Or a coach is questioning. It's like the idea that today we can't, we can't even question, or, you should not be able to verbally harass anybody in life, for that matter, particularly an official. But the reality is that you should be able to, as a fan, react to a call. And to me, I got kicked out of a game for yelling 2 minutes for hard work. That's one of my favorite lines. And I know now, that it's irritating as fuck to the referees. I didn't know it at the time because those selfish son of a bitches thought that I was talking to them after a call where a kid's, working hard, digging in the corner, trying to do whatever. I'm just giving an example. Maybe a guy trips. Let's think of a breakaway, for example. And you've got a breakaway. It's 3-3. Guy's got a breakaway, and your defenseman's really fucking tight to that guy who's about to, put the puck in the net, and he goes to go for it, and he slashes him or he trips him, right? And the ref doesn't call a penalty shot. He calls a 2-minute penalty. Well, what is that? That's 2 minutes for hard work. You know what I mean? That's a guy working hard. And so I yelled that 2 minutes for hard work, and referee turned around and gave us our bench minor, first of all, and the bench was like, "What? Bench minor? What the fuck?" They're like, "You're talking someone's whatever." They're like, "Wasn't even us." They're like, and then the bench minor, doesn't matter, 2 minutes. Gave our bench a minor. Incredible. And then I was like, and then knowing exactly what I was doing at that point, I'm an instigator. Okay, I'm the first to admit it, but you don't have to be negative to be an instigator. As soon as I saw what was happening, realized what was happening, our kid was going to the penalty box. I was like, 2 more minutes for hard work. And I said it a lot louder. And the ref turned around and looked at me and he's like, "Get out." And I was like, ignorant as fuck. "What about me?" He's like, "Get out." I was like, "For cheering?" And then the other referee turns around and looks at me. "You're disrespecting the referees!" And I was like, okay. I was like, whatever then. And of course, since my bench was right here, as I'm walking down, I go walking by the bench. And again, at this point, I don't give a fuck. And I haven't been rude. I haven't been negative. I haven't been nothing. I've been cheering the whole damn time. And as I'm going past the glass on my bench, because I have to walk right by the bench to go down the stairs, I'm like, boom, 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 banging on the glass. I'm like, "Let's go, boys." And they all just fucking go crazy. Dude, I've only ever cheered. They kicked me out of games for it. It's fucking ridiculous, dude.
And they said we got the penalty for excessive
cheering.
And I've asked every ref in chief in the area that I know personally that I'm like, "Hey, is this a thing?" And they're like, "What? No."
Excessive cheering.
Excessive cheering gets you a penalty.
Yeah. Anyways, it was retarded, dude.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of it. It's like that. This is the thing: is you can't criticize anything anymore. You can't stick up for yourself. It's like you shouldn't be able to verbally harass anybody. But if you get a bad call, in your opinion, and I'm just saying, not every call that I think is a bad call is necessarily a bad call. It's what I saw in my angle, and I'm into the game like anybody else would be. And if something comes up and I want to be like, "What? Oh," or whatever, that should be a natural thing, not a the referee should be able to take that. I am no point going to engage with the referee. At no point am I going to engage with the referee. It's not my job. Because most of the time these are children. And then in that case, even going like this is too much. So you don't even have to do that. But if I'm talking about, most of these people are grown ass men that can handle a little bit of criticism without giving them verbal criticism. So yeah, excessive cheering. Believe that. At least they're not worse. Soccer referees are the ultimate worst. I'm very thankful for referees. I don't want to talk shit about all of them. This is these particular ones in general. I know a lot of great referees that if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be a game. And these are guys doing this that have no kids playing the sport anymore. Their kids have either grown up playing the sport and don't play it anymore, and they're just doing it for a love of the game. And it's just like, that's admirable. That's admirable. Now, granted, they get paid a nice amount of money too. And if I was a referee, I wouldn't take shit. I wouldn't. But there's a line where it's like fan excitement and then crossing the line and official abuse. So, yeah. Yeah, the ref isn't there to play with the crowd. It's to ref the game, right? That's what I would say, yes. But in the same sense, and I know exactly what you're saying here, Double A, I'm just going to they shouldn't have to deal with bullshit. So if I was refereeing a game and some guy's like, "Referee, you fucking suck," you're done. You're out. I don't fucking care. Dude, you're out. Get out of here. Go. Go, leave. You're not even going to get a warning. You're cursing in a building full of children. That's the first thing. You want to play this, I'm the main character of this whole situation? No. Get the fuck out of here. I wouldn't say that. He says, you fucking suck. No, you fucking suck. Shut up. But it's like, no, get out of here. Because it's amazing what can happen when you remove one negative person from the situation. But, yeah. You fucking suck. Stop picking on me. Yeah, maybe I would. I don't know. I've never been a referee before, but I would try. They do get paid good money.
They do get paid good money.
They get paid good money. Ladies and gentlemen, can't believe it's already been 2 hours.
It has.
Already been 2 hours. I wasn't even trying. I did it, and I quit. Referee money wasn't good anyways, and no respect at all whatsoever. So fuck that. Rather coach. Yeah, mechanic, and you know what? In a lot of places, yeah, I can't cheer in a game in a crowd full of parents, let alone a ref that has to officiate in a crowd full of parents. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it can be ridiculous.
Our refs here make good money because we're rural.
In the middle of fucking nowhere.
So you get paid mileage and the reffing fee. I think in a lot of cities, because you don't necessarily get that mileage, it's not really, because it's like $50-$60, I think, for our age group anyway.
Granted, it's $15 to $20 in fuel.
Right, but so then mileage on top of that, like I had to pay the refs last night for our game, and they were all like $115, $130
for one game.
Per person, because they have to drive. So depending on where you live, it might not be as lucrative.
Yep. Every arena is 150 clicks. Yeah. That's $115. Yeah. Some of them were a little bit more, but Yep. They go through a lot though. You know what you don't go through a lot of? Stash Nutrients, ladies and gentlemen, from stashnutrients.com. I'm just playing. I'm getting good at this. I may as well share this with you, actually. It was yesterday. I mixed my first.
I was wondering if you were going to talk about it.
I mixed my first batch of organic soil yesterday. Yeah, never done. Well, I think it was yesterday.
I think it was.
Could have been the day before. Maybe it was Monday, actually. I think I watered yesterday. Anyways.
You did water yesterday.
Yeah. And I am very, very excited about this. Never done anything like this before. And wow, the immediate effect has been fantastic. To see them rebounding has been great. The transplant was a little bit fatal, or not fatal, it was a little bit tragic. I couldn't quite get I transplanted too soon, and the medium was still pretty moist. And so getting the plant out of the pot proved to be quite difficult. And so I pulled it, I couldn't get it out, or upside down, couldn't get it out, and I pulled on it, I pulled the roots out of it. I'm like, oh my god. Threw it in some Stash Nutrients, and with the soil amended, or cocoa with the Stash Nutrients amended into it, and rebounded right away. Everything's fantastic. I'm really excited about it. So here we go, baby. Here we go. Full stash, man, right here. Yeah, right there. Yeah. So from this point forward, it's Stash Nutrients with Stash Blend only. And this is incredible, guys. I have a nutrient company, and I seriously think that the nutrient is going to be fucking amazing for so many people. It's got so many great things in it, and it's easy. It's amended into the soil, plant your plant, and away you go. Feed your plant once a month and you're laughing. Water with a little Stash Blend and man, you're over the top. Don't need Stash Blend. Between 2 bags, the base and the bloom, you could do it all. But the Stash Blend gives you everything else. So, yeah, really stoked. Are you using straight cocoa? 70% cocoa and 30% perlite. And then Stash Nutrients and Stash Blend. Stress test number 2. Yeah, double A, yeah. Oh, speaking of this, I have a plant in 1 gallon and roots are ripping through the pots hard. So I might just plant the entire pot into a 5 gallon. Anybody done this? Yes, I've seen this. And it works just fine. Works just fine. Yep. I've seen it. Works fine. I've seen people plant them directly outside too. And the roots are going to go right through it without an issue.
Stash Newts, excessive cheering for your plants.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I've talked about something like this for a long time, and it's really cool to see it come to fruition. So, felt pots. Yeah, I use like fabric pots. I use the ones from
Yours are felt too.
Yeah, felt.
That's what they're made out of. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What is your watering game plan on the cocoa grow, P? Chef Benito, good question, man. One of the biggest things I've learned with cocoa is the water retention in the pot is a lot different. I feel like the pot retains and evens and dries a lot more evenly. It certainly dries out faster. Getting used to having to be watering consistently every second day. So Monday water, Tuesday I'm okay, Wednesday I have to water. I hand water because I don't trust a man who doesn't hand water his plants. And I've had great success so far. The plants have been incredibly happy. The uptake of moisture has been fairly consistent has been fairly quick, to the point that I went from a water feed regimen to a water feed regimen. Currently, like I said, I've been doing water feed, but as the plants as they trickle into week 5 right here tomorrow, I'm noticing they're very dark still. And so I want to kind of ease back a little bit I did notice they were a little dark. Today I fed because I was like, you know what? Okay, I see them maybe getting a little fade at the bottom here. Maybe I'm going to feed. And so I fed today. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, I hand water my plants. I kind of feel where they're at, give them what I think they need, feel them out. The plants do more talking to me than anything. They tell me what they need, if that means anything at all. Bro, I think they're putting Stash Blend into Canadian Olympic hockey team's water. Yeah, they are.
Yep.
Canadian hockey team one of the teams. Which team was injecting it in their penis, Mrs. P?
Oh, the skiers.
The skiers were injecting Stash nutrients into their penis. Busted.
Not Stash Newt. That was such a weird story, and I still don't even know if it's at all true.
Mm-hmm.
It seems bizarre.
Yep. A man without a stash is no man at all. Respect. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been fun. And I'll be honest with you, my garden right now is just bussin'. We've got 8. I planted 8, 7 popped. We've got some Magic Candy Mountain OG. We've got some from Welcome to the Grow Tent. We've got ICANN Genetics. We've got his Hulk's Breakfast, I believe. No. Well, that's what I've got flowering is the Hulk's Breakfast. I'm so confused. I popped a bunch of stuff, guys. I popped a bunch of stuff. If you're interested to find out some of the stuff I'm popping, make sure you follow me on Twitch, guys, because I go live almost every day, and I show off the garden. And I'd love to show you guys tomorrow when I go live. I'll probably go live during the day at some point for a wake a bake. Mrs. P, throw up that flashy little thing.
Sorry, which one?
Switch.
Yes.
At Pigeons 420. That's me. What were you trying to figure out?
Sorry, I'm looking up the article about the skier.
Oh, she
I
wants to
want to
know.
know if it was true. I still don't know. There's a bunch of articles, but nothing.
You gotta do what you gotta do to get
concrete.
gold, John says.
I don't understand how injecting anything into your genitals improves your performance.
No idea.
It says something about more
idea.
aerodynamics. Anyway.
Makes you heavier. It's like it gives you a pendulum effect. Pushing you farther into the future. You posted some seedlings on your Instagram, I thought. Yep, those ones too. Those are the ones I posted. Also posted the ones in the veg tent too. I got two. The two in the veg tent are the first ones to get the soil amendment. And let me tell you, having fish meal and bone meal in the studio, yeah, it takes a little bit for that to break down, but I increased my inline fan.
Honestly, I didn't even notice it when we came in.
That's because I increased the inline fan.
Well, yeah, but like, I don't know. So
How does it not improve performance?
Skiing performance.
Yes. Yeah, the two Hulks breakfast. The two Hulks breakfast. Oh my gosh, the two Hulks breakfasts are the ones in the flower tent, along with the Lucifer and the guava root GMO. But it was the ones in the veg tent, the prop tent that I was referring to. I've got Terp Trip. I did another two because I've got one in the veg tent already. Magic Candy Mountain OG. I've got the From the Stash collaboration number 2. And then I've got Ocean Fruit by Square One Genetics as well. Because, and Square One Genetics, keep an eye out on them. They're doing a drop, man. They're doing a drop. And to be straight, man, they've got some fire-ass stuff, dude. And 2026 for them is pretty hot. So keep your eye out for Square One. And if you're looking for some genetics from a variety of breeders, check out Seedsman, guys. I'm actually a partner with Seedsman. And if you'd like to get some quality genetics from a quality place, hit up Seedsman. You can use promo code Pigeons420 and benefit highly. Benefit. Get yourself some good stuff. I got their guava root GMO right now, and it's giving me off like a very sweet funk. It's like a sweet. I don't know how to. The sweet is almost like a. What is guava, Mrs. P?
Fruit.
It is a fruit?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a sweet fruit?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you it's a guava then. I bet you it's like yeah. I was going to say some kind of tropical fruit.
Guava.
Yeah?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. That's that's funny how that's the taste you get.
It's like
the smell. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's like a papaya, mango type fruit. We've tried it on one of those big kicks that we did with all the weird fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I'll have to give it a shot. Gosh, I'm trying to think about the funk of the smell. There's like that fruit tropic, and then the funk smell is like I don't want to say it's like a nasty funk, like an ugly funk, like a skunk funk, but like almost like a
dirty socks.
Yeah, or maybe like a mold, not a mole. I don't want to say mold. That's the worst word to use, but like a moist. There's like some kind of
a wet basement.
Like wet basement almost. Yeah. Yep. They've got the Blood Moon Gelato from Seedsman. Yeah, I've grown quite a few of their genetics, to be honest with you. Why not go for another 50 minutes? Oh, mechanic. Well, there's absolutely no reason why I couldn't. But usually Mrs. P and I are so exhausted after these shows, we go like straight to bed.
Yeah.
We're watching Dexter right now. We finished. What was the one we just finished?
Ozarks.
The Ozarks. We just finished the Ozarks. And it was pretty good.
I was happy with
It
it.
was pretty good. Actually, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Musty. That's a good way to put it. Musty.
Yes.
Yeah. Bro, when you go to Seedsman, use one of your favorite influencers' codes. That'll help you get a little off and help them out a little, bro. Yeah. Yep. 10%. 10% off, I believe. And my promo code is Pigeons420. I also have I also get 10%. I'm growing Sour D and White Widow from Season right now. Clay, nice. Ozarks was a fun one. You saw it, did you? Everyone tells me I should watch the Ozarks. I really enjoyed it.
It was good.
Get used to a blue lens. They've got like a very heavy blue overlay.
You and I are awful at watching shows now because all we notice is the editing.
I've gotten worse, really bad.
It's so...
I've gotten so bad. I'm like, oh, the
I try-
transition is horrible. I can see she changed clothes.
I try so hard not to pick apart things anymore, like now, but it's like you do. You notice the bad transitions. You notice the cut scenes.
Yeah.
You notice the camera guy in the background when he's not supposed to be there.
Oh, Night of the Living Soil says 50 minutes. This man could easily pull off a 24-hour stream right now. Oh, he says it's like mid-yawn. Like, oh.
He could. I
I
can't.
definitely could, dude. I definitely could. Not. No, because the last 24-hour stream I did, I didn't even sleep before it. I was up for 18 hours before. Because I was I was doing hockey and stuff.
Yep.
My boy had a hockey game that night. So I had been up since 7 in the morning. And then went live at 10. So I guess that's 14 hours.
Really, that 24-hour stream was 48 hours of being
Well, it
awake.
wasn't even 24 hours. I went longer than that.
You did. You
It
went
was like
30
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Breaking Bad, Weeds. Saw Weeds. Sons of Anarchy. Saw all those. Yep. John saw all those. They were good. Yep. But if you guys want to see the girl closer, guys, I'm going to go live tomorrow. On Twitch at Pigeons420. Come hang out, guys. Come hang out. I swear, I'll make it worth your while. You guys get to see much different angles of the studio. You get to see where Mrs. P sits. And we'll hit up the garden. We'll have a little bit of work to do, possibly, because I did watering today, so I have to do a little bit of cleanup. But then we'll be checking on the seedlings to make sure they're doing okay, because if you guys were here earlier in the show, it hit 92 or something in there.
Yeah, you need to check on that shit because
check on that.
I don't know what I did.
I will check on that shit. Yes. And Flock, what do you think? Hat or no hat? I'm just playing. It doesn't matter. It's a weird thing to ask. I'll be checking on the plants tomorrow, so come hang out. You're obligated to obviously say no hat because it's better for my self-esteem.
You played with your hair the whole time, though. You don't do that.
It
with
wasn't the
hat.
whole time.
It was most of the time.
No, it
which
wasn't.
is fine.
I did it 3 times, but I usually adjust my hat too. I can see myself in the monitor, and my hair was crooked.
Okay.
What, dear?
What?
Nothing. You for a long time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're good people. Appreciate you. I don't care what your wives say. You're good men. Thank you. Thank you. Grow it out. I've grown it out many times, actually. Many times.
The ponytail.
The ponytail. I used to have my hair long.
What, that was
like
20...
down to like my...
2023?
I don't know. Yeah, 23. Yeah, coming out of COVID. Yeah, because I shaved it.
I cut it during COVID.
The guys have never seen me with long hair.
What guys?
Like Rob and Chris.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, the second time. I know I cut it the very first time right before I went and seen them because it was really long. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get shaved before I go. And I shaved them up. I didn't shave, but I did this.
I feel like the pictures of you and I the first time that we went to Vegas, you have long hair.
Maybe you and I, yeah. Yep. Because, you didn't come.
That was
You
when
came
we
like
met the
2 years
guys.
after, I think.
No, that was the first time we met them.
Oh, right. No, I didn't have long hair. 100% didn't have long hair.
I swear you did.
No, because that's where I got my picture of my suit and everything. That's my profile picture on Twitter. That's where she took the picture in the hotel. And I'm looking like this. All cunning and shit. Yeah, because I clean up well. Don't be fooled, friends. Don't be fooled. I'm more than just brains. Did I have you confused? My friends, I am going to start saying goodbye right now. Okay? Okay? For those of you that are like 40 seconds behind, you're going to have an opportunity to say goodbye. No hat, no glasses, no beard. Oh my God. Jesus. I'm not trying to look like I'm 18. I'm trying to look like I got a family and I'm successful and shit.
That baby face.
What
was this? Oh, it doesn't give me it. Oh, 2021.
No glasses. No glasses, no eyes.
2021, you had long hair.
Yeah. 21. Yeah, that's before I met the guys. That was just before COVID.
No, that was during COVID.
Right. No, it was
That was-
during COVID,
that
but
was
just before I met the guys.
August.
Yeah.
We went down in October.
Yeah. Night of living soil. Your plants are all pregnant now. I want everybody to have a fantastic evening. I want you guys to all have a fantastic week. Okay. I want you guys to question everything when it comes to the propaganda, the reefer madness that we've been kind of hearing lately at an absolute abundancy. But understand that one of the biggest criticisms that the weed community gets is that we overlook the negative aspects of weed, and I honestly think it's a misguided statement, because it's not that we overlook the negative sides of weed. It's just that we are constantly defending its benefits in an alarmingly unnecessary way, which inevitably puts us at guard. And it's not that we're not having these conversations about the bad sides of weed, because I've got videos about the negative aspects of weed and the things that we should be really considering and the things we should be really talking about. But the reality is that we're constantly having to defend the most basic benefits of cannabis and the most ludicrous propaganda, the most ludicrous reefer madness, the most ludicrous misdirection. And as I mentioned earlier, when one of the largest media corporations makes a pivot, I ask myself, is this a Trojan horse? I need to be asking questions. And that's all I ask of you this evening, is to ask the questions. Why? Who benefits? And if the answer is I don't know, then we need to question the what's coming from the material, right? But nonetheless, I appreciate you all for an incredible evening, for a very insightful conversation, and I encourage you all to either head on over to Twitch or to Twitter or to Instagram to hit me up if you want to continue the conversation, hopefully tomorrow, and voice your side of things, okay? Don't forget, if you're looking for a way to change your outlook in the garden, take a nice chunk off the wallet and put a little ease in your garden. Consider checking out Stash Nutrients. Okay, stashnutrients.com. Go get yourself some bags. Go check it out. I'm telling you, once you hit the stash, you won't go back. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate each and every single one of you for supporting the cause. Shout out to LJ Jones for the 5 gifted memberships this week, on top of the other 5, 10, 15, 20 gifted memberships in the other weeks. Thanks for supporting the cause. Thank you all for being here, man. There's no Discord to give notifications anymore. So I'm literally just waiting. I'm relying on YouTube to send notifications to people to find this very obscure stream. Okay. One of the most suppressed channels on the in this space. And I rely on you guys for showing up every Thursday. So I appreciate you guys. Thursday at 9 p.m. Central. Count on it. All right. Mechanic, you have a great night, man. T, appreciate you. Raymond, appreciate you, dude. Throne, thanks for the interactions, dude. Manny Freshboods, I appreciate seeing your face always. It's what 420. Cheers, dude. John, thanks for being first always, brother. Thanks for being first always, man. Appreciate that, dude. Idiom. Cheers, homie. Go Canada, go. And Skittles, you have a good night, all right? Night of Living Soil. Peace, homie. Stash Blend, it's what your marriage craves. Jimmy Caputo, you'll be well, man. Thank you. Thank you for being here, man. Yo, Agabla. Shout out to you and Quinny. You two have a great night. Shout out to the fam. Sean. Peace, homie. See ya, Hendrix. Shout out to LJ Jones. That's right. Thanks, Hendrix. Appreciate you, man. See you, Ghost Up North. Thanks for being here, dude. Tasty Genetics. Thanks for swinging by, bro. I appreciate you, man. East Coast. That's another one, bro. Thank you, man. Any 20. Peace, homie. Cheers, dude. All right. In 20 more seconds, 15 more people are going to respond. Terps, appreciate you, man. Terps Devil, I almost missed you, dude. Thanks for being here, dude. Cultinate. Much love, y'all. Much love, man. John, the grower. Appreciate you, dude. Shout out to Doug. All right, my guys. I appreciate you. KOS, there he is. Cheers, friends. Damien, appreciate you, man. Have a good night, man. Double A, double A, double A. Appreciate you. Shout out to Mrs. P. Ladies and gentlemen, catch you next week. Peace.
I can't believe diamonds so earth, and I'm gonna take you traveling the world. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart.